You are now listening to the Vitalize Podcast. Hey yo, what up, family? Guess who it is? Guess who's back? Back again. It's me, your man M Black Speaks, back in the building. Excited to be here with this incredible community, man. I'm so excited. Can you tell I'm excited? If you're watching this on YouTube, you can tell I'm excited because you see this Kool-Aid smile on my face. But if you're not watching this on YouTube, why? I'm kidding. Now, if you're listening on your commute, if you're listening while you work, if you listen while you work. Okay, that was terrible. I tried. It was a good try, right? But if you're listening while you work or you're listening while you wash dishes, you're mowing the lawn, I don't know, that might not be conducive for listening, but maybe it is. Actually, I've listened to some podcasts while I was mowing the lawn before, so it's a thing. But wherever you're listening, I'm excited to be here with you. I got an incredible message for you today, but I did not want to continue without letting you know. Listen to me. This episode is sponsored by Spread the Cheer USA. That is Spread the Cheer USA. If you don't know who that is, visit spreadthecheerusa.org and check them out. It's an incredible organization that's doing the most good here in these United States, helping people in need around the holidays, taking care of families and kids, just doing some remarkable things. And they are actually getting ready to do their biggest fundraiser of the year. And that is the Cheer Choice Awards, where they get to find creators online who are doing incredible things with their platforms and celebrate them. So, hello, creators. I know if you're listening to this, you're probably some form of speaker, author, maybe you're some form of content creator, or you're just a human with a powerful story. Who knows exactly where you fall in that spectrum? But I know that you're special, and I know that you're valuable, and nominations are open. So if you want to go to the Cheer Choice Awards, you can go to that website. You can type it in Google, go to the website. You can actually nominate your favorite creator. And hey, guess what? If your favorite creator is you can nominate you, my friend. So listen, sometimes you got to clap for yourself. Shout out to D-Row and my man Darren with my man hashtag clap for yourself. Sometimes you got to clap for yourself and make other people aware of the good things that you're doing. And that's okay. That's not a lack of humility. That is you letting people know and being proud of the work that you put in to get to where you are. So you want to nominate yourself? Nominate yourself, child. Go ahead with your bad self. And I look forward to seeing you guys there. I will be there. I have been nominated. That's cool. But, also the organization I work for, Generation Y, has been nominated. I think I'm going to put my energy and emphasis into that. So when I come back and start asking y'all to vote for your boy, I'm not going to be asking you to vote for me personally, but rather voting for Generation Y, because I want to shine a light on the incredible work we do with the next generation with anti-bullying, suicide prevention, and mental health awareness. So that said, shout out to you, Spread the Cheer USA. Thank you so much for all you do, all you are. Love and appreciate y'all. So grateful to be an advocate and to be connected and family and paired together on this journey. Now, what I want to talk to you about today is something incredible. And maybe a few of y'all who listen every week have sent me some of those messages. I love when I get those messages, by the way. Those messages start popping up on IG, shameless plug, at M Black Speaks on Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I will respond to you. But those messages been coming through like, hey, it's been a couple weeks. Where you been? We miss you. Hey, where's the Vitalize Podcast? Is the season over? No. I'm grateful for you taking the time to ask. However, this has been a season of transition. And what I want to talk to you about today is transition. And what most of us don't know is, whether you realize it or not, oftentimes you find yourself in transition. And so for me, what this looks like is I was working for one nonprofit organization and had 37 responsibilities within said organization. And there were things that I had to do and were responsible for in the community. And anytime you make a massive shift like that, I shifted from one nonprofit organization and then shifted into a role with this nonprofit organization, Generation Y, which that is Generation WHY, all about helping them pursue their purpose, like we alluded to earlier. But when you make that type of transition, That's a lot. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's hard. I was going live on social media every day. I had to pull back on that. I was posting videos every day. I had to pull back on that because there was a season where my health had to become priority. So I'm trying to figure out this new routine with taking it like control of my health. I'm trying to figure out this new routine with a new job and a new team and new situations and new circumstances arising, trying to figure all of that out. And it has not been easy. It hasn't been hard. Like, it hasn't been like difficult or like, oh, I hate this. No, I love it. But it's transition, right? And let me help you. If you've been in a season of transition and you don't really know what that looks like, let me let you know. Somebody let me know. Let me let you know. Think about it. Every season of life that you go through that is a transitional period is always uncomfortable. It's always uncomfortable. Like the first transition you ever had when you were in fetal position in your mama's womb and it was time for you to go to the next level and actually experience the next level of life, which is to be born. When you came out, what did you do? Cry, right? You cry. Why? Because it was different. It was a transition. Now all of a sudden you can stretch out and you don't like it. That's why you got to swaddle babies. Doctors are like, make sure you keep that baby swaddled because there's some sense of familiarity for them. But you find yourself in this place and it's difficult because you're like, man, it's new. That was new for you as a baby. Then you become a kid. You start losing teeth. It's uncomfortable when you're losing teeth, when those new teeth are coming in, when babies are cutting teeth and when new teeth are coming in after they fall out. It's uncomfortable when you hit puberty and girls have a cycle that begins and boys' voices start to change and deepen. That's uncomfortable. Voice gets sweet. Things like it's uncomfortable. It's transition. When you become an adult and you are no longer able to depend on your parents for support and for financial need and all of these things. And now you got to fend for yourself and you got to work. You got to wake yourself up. You got to go to school or get a job and work and pay bills and deal with the people who are beating down your doors, wanting money every time you get it. It's like, soon as I get money, somebody want to take it away. Transition. And every time you go through a transition, it is difficult. But here's something that I wanted to impart with you guys today. When you go through transition, not only can they sometimes be hard, transitions are synonymous with growth. Transitions almost always mean growth, even if they are uncomfortable. Even if it's a transition where you regress personally, eventually it's going to lead to growth. It's a growth situation. Just like I mentioned those babies growing and I mentioned those teeth cutting. That's a sign of growth. When you start outgrowing your clothes and you got to get new clothes or new shoes as you're growing and it becomes a season of transition, it's also a sign of growth. So I say all this to you because I know there's been several of you who have been going through things in life, and life has been lifing. Life has definitely been lifing. Bill's been billing. Chaos has been chaosing. If that's a word, we're going to go with it. Trauma has been as traumatic as ever. Pain has been paining. All the things that are happening have been weighing us down, gripping us, crippling us, making things difficult for us. And you find yourself in this season where you just want to figure it out. I had somebody tell me the other day, I don't want to be a millionaire. I just want to not cry trying to figure out how I'm going to pay my rent or my mortgage. I'm like, I feel you. People not trying to be rich. People just want to live without feeling the extreme anxiety and pressure that comes from this financial need. So here you are. But I want you to know this. Sometimes when you're in that struggle, you can easily look at yourself and be like, man, this is tough. What's wrong with me? Why can't I figure this out? Why is this such a struggle for me? And it might not be that it's a struggle. You keep asking what's wrong with you. Ain't nothing wrong with you, because what's really happening is that while you're giving yourself grief for not being enough, for not being where you should be, really, you're just in a season of transition. And some seasons of transition last longer than others. So maybe this conversation that we've had, this brief conversation, will cause you to shift your paradigm. And if you can shift your paradigm and your perspective, you can find yourself in a place where you can start to acknowledge, like, yo, he's right. I'm not messed up. I'm just in a season of transition, and I'm navigating. I'm figuring. I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm being stretched in order to reach the next level in life. And when you can take that and you can realize, okay, all right, okay, this is cool. I'm growing. I can see the growth now. I can acknowledge the growth now in the season of transition. And I want you to know, if you're in a season of transition, honor that season. If some things that you were doing all the time you can't do for a little while, that's okay. If you can't hit and go out and have appetizers with your friends at the same time every week that you were because you're in transition, that's okay. If you don't have all the money in the world to go on a 5-star vacation every year while you're in this new season, maybe you transition from a job into entrepreneurship, that's okay for right now. And when I had to stop, I haven't seen you guys in a few weeks, 5 weeks or so. And that's okay, because I was in a season of transition and I had to honor that season. I had to honor the season of shifting from this responsibility to this responsibility and how to do that well. I had to honor how to put myself in a position to succeed physically and taking control of my health. Transition. So if some things had to pause temporarily, like my live streams on TikTok, like my content creation, like the podcast, that is okay. You got to give yourself grace. It's okay too, my friend. So now if you look at your life and as you take stock and you evaluate where you are, you evaluate what you are, you evaluate what's happened, you can look over everything and every situation, every circumstance, and you can look at the season of transition you've been in and you can honor that. So give yourself grace. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay if it's not all perfect. It's okay if you don't have all the answers. It is okay. I always tell you, you're not a machine. You are a robot. You're not a robot. You're not a robot. I got so passionate. I was ready to tell you you are a robot. You're not a robot, fam. You're not a machine, and you're not a robot. So I want you to understand that it's okay not to be okay. And it's okay if you have emotion. It's okay if you need a timeout. It's okay if you don't post for a while. It's okay if everybody don't hear from you. You're not as present and you're not as available as you were prior to. It's okay because you're in a season of transition. And if you handle your season of transition well and you take care of yourself and you prioritize yourself and you prioritize your health, your heart health, your mental health, you prioritize all the things, then you can put yourself in a position to succeed for the long term. So that's it, friend. For today, I just wanted to encourage your heart. Remember, make sure that you are tapped in. Make sure that you got the bell notifications on, because we're about to turn it up a notch. You about to see. I can't wait. I already got the next message next week. I cannot wait for what I'm going to deliver you, but I had to get back on your radar and I had to come to you just to let you know. Also, if you want to share this with a friend, feel free to share it with a friend, man. Maybe the friend is going through a hard time and they feel like throwing in the towel and they don't realize that you're just in transition, man. You're just in transition. You're transitioning between job, between seasons, between relationships, between whatever it is you're transitioning from. Honor that season. That is okay. And at the end of the day, I just want to challenge you to honor yourself. I want to challenge you to take care of yourself. Guard your mind and your heart. Give yourself the grace and the peace that you need to become all you want to be, and just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Just keep moving forward towards what it is you want to accomplish. Just keep doing one thing that your future self will thank you for. And on the other side of this transition is the life you love to live. On the other side of this transition is your dreams and your goals and your aspirations. On the other side is life, real life. Living life. So you keep going, you keep walking, you keep navigating, and you come out on the other side of this transition better because you can. Vital.